Ovo nije kosmički brod, ovo nije tunel za ulazak u neku letilicu koja treba da vas odvede negde daleko, daleko i u nepoznato. Ovo je tunel koji vas vodi u vrlo obezbeđen objekat, pun tajne, ovde na domaku Tel Aviva, u jednu od najčuvenijih mlekara u svetu. Nalazimo se u fabrici, u koncernu koji se zove Strauss. A kako je Michael Strauss počeo i njegova porodica? Počeli su od ničega.
Supposed to take off your rings and watch before getting into a food factory.
Really? Can you hold that for me? So I'm going to take this off.
Yeah.
Right? This. The watch too.
Yeah.
Good. Yes.
Earrings as well.
The earrings too. When you came to this country and when you started, could you believe that all this is going to be the family property?
It was really like a miracle dream. I never believed I will come to that.
Ovo je centralna kontrolna soba, odakle se rukovodi sa svim mašinama koje ste ovde videle.
Those operators are trained between 2 to 3 years until they can operate the system.
Mr. Strauss, you did that in how many years altogether? All this.
Our businesses together, it's now exactly, I tell you, it's about 60 years. It is done together by Israeli and Danone people. Together they designed this factory.
Danone did invest,
Danone is a 20% partner in our factory.
but you kept the 80%.
Sure, we like to have them. It's our love, the dairy.
You know what is interesting? When you make a business, do you always prefer to keep the majority of the possessions?
Yes, if you can, sure.
Give me some advice. How you do it?
Because we are here, we are, first of all, as you know, we're coming out from the farmers. We like to control our cows.
Where is it yourself, mademoiselle?
לקחתי לה חבר'ה בישראל.
התגעגעתם? הפרה חוזרת עם קינוחאים.
So you like to have the majority.
Not only the sake of controlling it, the sake of having our way and our spirit and our people that they have a special love to what they do. And this is one of our biggest secrets of our success story is our people and our management.
My father from German and my mother from Jerusalem.
And 29 years you're in this company?
Yes, almost, yeah, about 2 months.
Are you working hard?
No, it's okay. It's comfortable. It's nice to meet you.
24 years he is working for our company. He is not Jewish, he is Druze, and Druze is an Arabic sect that is, they are also very, very devoted to our business.
Of course they are.
Even in difficult times of this country, they are the first to come.
In this area, you cannot take photos because some of the things are commercial secrets, such as the way we whip the cream on some of our desserts and so on, which is very special and it cannot be imitated by the competition up until now. For 20 years they're trying to imitate it and they can't do it. So this is very secret for us.
You think to whip a cream is a secret?
Try to whip it in your house and see how much time it takes until it falls down. About half an hour.
So this is the secret,
Yeah,
that you whip it a cream and the cream stays up.
It stays up for 30 days.
30 days?
Yeah.
This is a secret. kako da stvarno sa svojim biznisom možemo da uđemo u svet. Jer mleka imamo, samo nam treba malo mudrosti i strategije koju Izrael ima. What is the main rule which you follow in life and business?
Focus, dedication, and management. Focus, to be always have a strategic point. You have to know where you want to go and go there. With all of your people, with all together to go to your point and to your strategic plan.
Have you been very careful in investing and expanding?
Very careful. Because we have strategic budget, we have investment budget. We are not inflaming with something good opportunity comes on the way out of our understanding. We say there is a German way of saying, if you are a shoemaker, stay a shoemaker and do what you know and don't do what you don't know.
Atención que doblaron, ya la tira para adelante. Hay que oblea crocante. Prepárense que llega. P6man. Nuevo P6man.
And many people have been lately very rushing to something to make quick money and things that they never understood. We stick to our policy, to our thing that we really understand, and we see the future different than many other people.
There's a rainbow in the sky all the time. Don't be blind.
How the air is holding the cream and having this wonderful texture like not like some other people are doing it. It has a not natural taste. It is 100% whipped cream, no additive.
You like it?
I love it. Yeah, we're selling in this small country about 6 million pieces a month.
Kako je on posle svih ovih godina ponosan na to što je uradio. Jer znate šta, izgleda da je tajna u tome da volite ono što radite. Do you have any other secrets?
I think our biggest secret is our people.
Everybody knows you.
Well, I'm enough around, and the story in Israel to be known is not so difficult, especially not in my company. And we are, as I told you, our company is a lot together. We're having holidays together, we have visits together, and we have a lot of common ideas, this company.
Now, what is this?
This is a very old, maybe 50, 60, 100 years ago, in order to make yellow cheese, Emmental. And you see, it's not stainless steel like they do it today, and it's a way that doesn't get rust, and it's washed many times.
Kad bi mi sačuvali sve ono u čemu smo pravili sir, to daje određenu vrstu tradicije da se zna od kada se nešto proizvodi. Dobra ideja.
This is the beginning.
I heard, in fact, that you are the second largest food factory in the country, that you are exporting all over the world.
More than 12 countries in the world, we have our own production. We're just now in the opening of the biggest salad company in America.
Salad company?
Hummus. We are going to have the #1 in the world. And it's about an investment of $100 million in Virginia. But we are #5 in the world in the coffee.
Hey, Magalena já prazezinha pro fudão, titi coração.
So we are in Brazil #1 almost. And we are in eastern countries, in East Europe, #1. So you see, even in your country, as far as I know, we have a very nice factory.
But you know what I'm interested? Are you importing anything from Serbia?
I believe so. I cannot tell you now because I didn't make proof. We're importing from all around the world. And I wish we have more business with the Balkan countries. As you know, we have all over our factories. We don't believe too much in export. We believe in produce together in the countries where we are having our businesses. And as you should know, that we have about 13,000, 14,000 employees around the world.
נראה לי שאת עשית הכל בכוונה. רצית יותר ממני ואני באמת
זה לא שלא ניסיתי, אני רציתי.
My daughter is now the president of the board.
But you are the owner.
I'm one of the biggest owners, yes. But I'm not in the active life of the daily job in this business. And I'm trying to support my daughter.
Vidite ovu vegetaciju, ali ona nije uvek svuda takva. To sve treba dovesti do perfekcije, ali kako? Gde nema vode? Tako što ćete navodnjavati. Po tome su Izraelci poznati. Gde nema vode, stvori se voda, a gde ima vode, prenese se tamo gde nema vode i dali su nekoliko fantastičnih projekata svetu kako sačuvati prirodne resurse. Čitava ova vegetacija, pogledajte, je rezultat ljudskog znanja, truda, upornosti, znači godinama uvek isto, bez popuštanja. I onda dobijete ovo kao rezultat. Ove cevčice su svuda po Izraelu. To je prvo što ćete primetiti. Ove male cevčice koje zapravo razvode vodu i navodnjavaju svaku biljčicu.
What you see here is actually the new company that we just started. This is the water purifier. So this is one technology. We are working now on another technology which will really enable people to drink safe water. 80% of Israel is desert, and we have no issue of water. Really, the founders of this country were able to create an amazing infrastructure that creates water even though we don't have water. Wow. So it's from the fact that we move water from the north part of Israel to the desert, and we learned how to do agriculture with minimum use of water, that we talk about desalination, that we talk about the fact that we measure every drop of water that any citizen here in Israel is using in order to help them to monitor the amount of water that they are using. So really, Israel is very, very sophisticated in the way we use water.
Last time we met in Belgrade.
Yeah, was a few years ago.
Yes, I am part of the most powerful 50 women in the world.
Like in all Jewish family, it's called Yiddish Mama. It's a very strong. And the factory is going to be called by name of your mother, right? You have been surprised.
I was very, very, very surprised. I have to say that lately, as I said, in my old age, I became more emotional and sentimental about, my roots. I really miss my mother, who died at a very young age.
Your decision to finance the factory in Belgrade, was it a very difficult decision and a brave decision?
Yeah, we cannot lose in terms of what it is. But if you make a very specific financial evaluation, if that was the right place to put our money, some would say it was not. But really, from our experience, really, when you are in a country, you really judge it in terms of 60 or 70 years from now. Is it worth it? It's impossible when you talk about factories to look at them really after 2 or 3 years. So really, time would tell, and I'm not sure it will be our generation even.
Is war something which is very present in Israel?
Of course, it's part of our life. Hopefully, will not be one day.
I'm scared.
My son is in the army. My daughters will be one day in the army. I served for 2.5 years in the army. War and terror is definitely part of our personal life and part of how to manage a business in very, very difficult times, which is something we share with your region.
שוקו, מוקה, בננה, אייס קפה, מילקשייק.
I noticed that Shao's family is quite involved in political and the social life and the economical life of this country. You are changing, you are helping, and you are contributing to kind of Israeli development.
We are not involved in politics in the pure sense that politics is really something that we don't deal with at all. We just by the pure fact that we employ a lot of people, and the fact that we deal with the societies in cities where we have factories, whether it's here or abroad. We feel that we influence, and if we use the strengths of the company to do good instead of doing not good, which sometimes happen, is really something that we stress. I think any company now around the world faces this issue. We all have to deal not only with the profit, the P&L of the company. A balance sheet of a company has a lot more assets than just products. So yes, the social agenda of the Strauss company is more and more evident, and we talk about it more and more. It used to be, on my grandparents' time, more about giving donation, but now we really use our factories, our product, to also do good, and we feel responsible to everything we do.
I could not avoid to notice that you have a great love for the modern art.
First of all, it's Israeli art. That is, we collected with the years. Many of those pieces are actually belongs to my husband, who is really a big lover of art. Here you see all my children, my son and my 3 daughters, and you can see them growing with the years. You can see here a boyfriend of mine who died the day before the first Lebanon war.
האהבות הראשונות שלי מתוקות, המתוקות האחרונות שלי משונות, לא מבינות שאצלי אהבה זה כבר פסה, בלי נרות וכינורות, או לפחות אני מנסה. האחרונה לא חשובה, אבל דוגמה טובה, מסכנה לא אשמה אלא מה.
Do you think that women can be strong on both sides? To raise the children, to be a good wife, to run a business, and still staying alive?
Of course. It is difficult. I think that we must do it. I think the question, raising children is a lot of it is on us, the women, but also to provide nowadays. To provide for your children doesn't mean only to be at home and to nurse them. Unfortunately or fortunately, the world has changed, and to provide for your children, like the man of this world, is to work and to be able to bring money home, to educate, to be a role model. And I really think that it belongs to the past, a role model, which is a woman who stays at home and only raises the children. So maybe we are not doing everything perfect, but so do the men. You can see here my grandfather and my father when really Strauss started. My grandparents, actually, and my parents were not born in this country. So me and my brothers and cousins, we are the first generation of Israelis. My my father's family came from Germany, from Ulm, and my mother's family came from Croatia. So here actually we just 4 years ago with my father, my brother and sister, we went to see where were they born. So we went to Ulm. We saw where my grandmother and grandfather met. We saw where, and then we went to Croatia, to the house where my mother was born, met the family, which is still there, and we try to connect to our roots. Did your father loaded you with such a big and huge responsibility? I think I was born into it, so in many ways I feel very comfortable. When I started really to be the CEO and chairperson of this company, as much as it sounds very big, for us it's natural. We know every part of this business. We are connected to the people. So I feel very comfortable with what we are doing. I hope that the next generation would feel the same.
We're going to have a small tasting in a very strategic place.
Why strategic?
Because it's the entrance of the market.
No, the strategic is because if you're hungry, you cannot work.
No. I live from giving people food, so I know that food makes people happy.
Really?
And I like to make people happy. This is the owner.
Hello.
Welcome, nice to meet you.
Hi, Mira Polak.
Welcome.
Hello. Thank you. So this is your house?
That was a house when we come to Naria. It was a small tent in the beginning. Then was founded a small house. And this is, you see exactly the house where we are living all our life until we left.
Yeah?
Yes.
You never wanted to have a bigger house or something?
No. We stayed here, and my parents didn't want, even my mother, when my father passed away, she didn't want to leave the town, the house. I said, I built for you another house. She said no, and we built for her, you see this place here, a special bunker. Mm-hmm. So if there are bombs, she'll be in safe, and you will see it.
Do you think that the secret of a success is not to change?
It is not to forget your roots. Life is changing. People are changing, but never forget your roots and never forget from where you come. Many people like to forget from where they come. And they think they invented the wheel. A big mistake.
Weil der liegen mir mit dem nur Menschen. Ich will ans Läufen finden ihre Schuhe, weil sie vergießen die Wasser mein Blut. Ich habe es ins Gusse der Bier, die ich hab das gelitten lassen. Ich will jetzt mein Beinschaft einstellen.
My father, PhD for economics, and he started as a farmer here. And he was already in business with his father, in the steel business. And my mother was making a merchant school, and my mother was very dominant in business here. Father was intellectual, there's a difference. He did the hard work with the cows and so on. My mother made the cheese. She started to make the cheese and the cream with the strawberries for the English Mandat people, so to make some money, because their situation was not very, very good. And they came the last moment in '36 from Germany. And I was 2 years of age. This is the room where my sister and myself was living until the day we married. Yes, until the husband told her, you cannot stay with your brother anymore. And we married 3 days later in the garden here. Yes, together.
במקומות מוכרים כבר שותקים הצלילים שאהבנו, ושירים לוהטים כבר הפכו מקצבים ישנים, והזמן כמו עומד משחק בשנים למולנו, רק אנחנו שומעים אגדות וקולות.
Ovo su ljudi koji rade u njegovoj firmi širom istočne Evrope. Došli su iz Rumunije. Oni žele da upoznaju svoga gazdu i on njima pokazuje jedan mali film o tome kako je počeo kada je došao u Izrael. Šta je sve radio i kako je stvorio imperiju koja je sada verovatno po veličini i po toj svojoj specifičnosti treća u svetu. You have workers which are working with you for many, many years. What is a secret to tie people to stay in one firm? How do you motivate them? Do you love them? Do you care for them? Do you pay them very well? What do you do?
I think it's a mixture of all of that. I think what you should do with your people, give them a feeling of security and confidence. If they trust you, you already have 50% of the business. And we just had a very bad time 2 years ago. My managers said we're going to leave 10% of our salary down. We didn't tell them.
They did it alone?
Alone. We showed them example. We cannot go with a luxury something and tell my people we don't have any money.
What are the reason you would fire somebody who works for you?
Dishonesty, number one. Lying and not being devoted to the company. That means not working, being lazy. But this kind of people, I don't have to even to throw them out. My people throw them out. I don't have to intervene in that. They don't like people not working.
Would you tolerate that somebody who is working for your company is not speaking nicely about the company?
Absolutely. I think then I don't think he's wrong. I think I'm wrong that I didn't have the chance to teach him and to show him what is right and what is wrong. I think I failed, not him.
Veliko pravilo uspešnog posla je upoznati čoveka koji je vaš gazda. Morate da mu verujete, morate da ga poštujete i morate da znate sve o njemu.
Here, all this space here was the veranda. On this veranda was sitting our customers, especially under mandat, the English officers and so on. And my mother would give them whipped cream with strawberries. For the English people, this is the best.
גבינות שטראוס מציגות. גבינה עם... רגע, זו לא גבינה, זה קרם גבינה.
When you go and you pay poker, and you pay the roulette, you can win a lot, but you can lose a lot. People in the industry, they don't do this. They never overinvest what they have. Never. Most of them, you can say never about nothing, but 90% of them, they never do things that overexpense their forces, what they have, and their financial resources they have. So what they do is, they are planning more. Even times are changing a lot, for good and for bad. So you have to be always open.
Do you think that people nowadays, they don't know how to be a manager? They buy usually a factory and then they don't know what to do with it. In my country, for example, they think to have a factory, it's enough just to be a big boss or to be very rich.
Those people make a big mistake. People normally that they don't know and have some money would like to invest in some business to be very famous maybe or very strong. If they are smart, they're taking a partner who have knowledge and knows to run the business. Recognize what they know and recognize what they don't know. If you have to use your knowledge for only what you know. I, for example, I'm not sure that I'm so an expert in finance, but I have the best finance people around me. I'm not the only one. You have to look for a teamwork. You can nothing do by yourself.
You are a very rich man, but you're living very modestly in a way. Is it a style of life or what it is?
See, there are two main reasons. That's the way I was raised. I was raised on not using more than what you have, and then put all the time things on the side. It could be in worse times. Everybody is modest in my family, and we are very keeping together. We have eating every week, having dinner together. We have been now we're going every year all together for ski vacation. I've been now in a safari with all my grandchildren. I have 13.
Are you a happy man?
Very much.
What happiness is?
Living the way you like to live.
Is it a luxury?
No, I don't know if it's a luxury, but for me, it's the best way to be still, to be happy, and using the day as I like, to have music in your brain and head in the morning when you get up. To have the reason why to get up in the morning.
And to love the work?
Love it a lot. You saw my love. I gave my mother, this was her loving dog. It was already when my father passed away, this picture. And I told you that my mother always told me that one flower in the right time is better than the whole garden at the wrong time.
This is the beginning.